Hello, Lethal Nation. Welcome to another episode in our Lethal Life series. And you're probably wondering what all this weird stuff I have all over the table is here, including a pair of toenail clippers for a dog. But you're about to find out. What are we going to talk about today, Wayne? We're going to learn how to make dragin drift weights that we use catfishing. Now, making your own weights like this is great because you do not have to melt any lead, and you also do not need one of those jigs that you pour the lead into. So, 6-inch size, weighs 2 ounces, 3-inch size, half the size of a 6, weighs 1 ounce. Now, let's get started. We're going to show you how to make these, then we're going to show you what they're versatile and what they're used for. So, if you check this out, this is a roll of bullet weight. You can get it from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description of the video so you guys can get yourself a pack of this bullet weight. Now, what I'm going to do, a lot of times on the river, I'm using about 2 ounces of lead. So, if you look at the ruler here, and we go down to that 6-inch mark. Now, this is where these dog clippers come into play. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there at that 6-inch mark. And we cut that off. Look at that. They were great for that, don't they? Just happened to be in the drawer one day, and I had some lead I was cutting. So, 6 inches will give you 2 ounces. 3 inches will give you 1 ounce. Keep that in mind. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we got some heat shrink tube off of Amazon. I will put a link to the heat shrink tube in the video. Now, we want to cut it a little bit longer. I'd say about 1 inch longer than what our lead is. Right there, we'll take our Whisker Seeker tackle scissors here, and we're going to snip that off. Now, the reason why we cut it a little bit longer is because we're going to heat shrink a swivel in the end of that run there, and that's what's going to hook to our sinker slide. So, first thing, I like to put a little bend in this. The reason for that is if you don't, you might go trying to heat it up. Now, this piece has a kink in it, so it's helping. But if you put a little bend in there, it'll stay wherever you push it in that tube. And then the first thing you want to do is just start at the end there and take and heat that thing just like that. Should have did a 3-inch one for video purposes. We're going to speed this up a little bit right now. Now, I'm going to get my swivel out while that cools off a little bit because it gets a little hot holding it like that while I'm trying to show you guys. So, that's our swivel. It's a Whisker Seeker size 1 swivel we're going to put in the end of there. Now, what I do is I run that heat all the way up till it starts to like shrink around the end of that. And as you can see, it's starting to pull in right there. You see that little divot? That's what you want because that's going to keep your swivel from sliding down on the side of it. It's going to make it sit right up on top of that lead. Now, the next thing I do is put this in here, and we're going to see, that's a little too long. We're going to trim that up a little bit with our Whisker Seeker scissors here. And then we'll drop that right in to the end there. See that, guys? Put that right in there, and then we're just going to shrink right nice and tight around that swivel. And that is going to make an awesome dragin weight for you guys. Now, if you look at this, you can see it's still soft because this is still hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up one of these other ones that I already have made for demonstration purposes. Now, why use these? The reason what you do here and then why you use it is you're going to, this is our rig here. It's a Santee rig that we like to use catfish in. And got the hook on the bottom, got a float, and then we got swivel here, and then you can check out my other video on how to tie these. There is a video in the lineup there. So, sinker slide from Whisker Seeker. Now, what you do is you want to hook this on here, clamp that off. Now, you got 2 ounces of lead, and the purpose of these is you can buy them, but it's easy to make your own. So the purpose of these is you give them a little curve or you can run them straight. But as you drag that across the bottom, known as a dragin sinker, it's not going to get hung up like some of your other sinkers are. So it's a drift sinker made for pulling that thing across the bottom, snag proof. Now, one thing I learned from another video I've seen some guys doing, let me hook this down on the bottom of here real quick, and I'm going to show you guys. So one thing you can do, and I'm a stickler about this, I don't like driving around in a boat with this stuff flopping all over the place. It drives me crazy. So I unclip everything and I keep it in a box like this. But I saw other guys do this and I thought it was really cool. You can take this weight, and because it's so pliable with that flexible lead, you can wrap that right around your rod like that. And I'm telling you, look at that, guys. You can lay it in the back of your truck, run it in your rod holder, wherever you want to. But these things are going to work great for drift fishing. So there you go. That's how to make your own drifting sinkers. And you can go out there and catch some big catfish yourself. Like I said, 6 inches of lead will get you 2 ounces. And the shorter length, the 3-inch one here, is 1 ounce. So 3 inches, 1 ounce, 6 inches, 2 ounce, and so on. You guys can figure that out on your own. You don't even need to put them on a scale and weigh them. I've done it myself, and that is exactly what they weigh. So that is how to make the drift sinkers. Until next time, this is Wayne with Lethal Injection Outdoors. Get lethal.